Dear fellow classmates, since I didn't get to give my senior speech at my senior swim banquet, I am doing it here now live. Let's take a journey back to 4th grade when I started swimming. To be honest, I was terrible. I was only 42 pounds and had no muscles to pull me through the water. Here's where I became good friends with Brandy, Kaylee, and Jordan Fedosco. We were inseparable. Fast forward to 7th grade. I joined the JV swim team with my best friends, Brandy, Kaylee, and Jordan, and became fast friends with Jake Fowler, Chris Collins, and Liam Watterson. They were my new family. We endured terrible sets. Most of us would swim to the bottom of the deep end and just sit there. We tried everything to get out of the terrible sets. We completed a total of 7,000 yards a day. It varied from 100s to 250s. For all of you who don't know swimming language, a 100 is 4 laps, like down and back. A 50 is 2 laps, a 200 is 8 laps, and a 500 is 20 laps. Fast forward to freshman year, here's where all the memories began. Brandy and I walked into swim practice every day thinking we were the hottest people ever. But in reality, I was so skinny, I looked like I was an alien. My mouth was too big for my face. I had these god-awful braces. Brandy caked makeup on her face and was super emo. Her and I would skip practice to make funny videos in the locker room. Before meets, Brandy and I would stay after school. Keep in mind, the swim practice, like the swim meets, would not start until 5 or 6. So we stayed after school for that long. We sat in the gym hallway and would act like idiots. We would race each other on the floor and pretend we were swimming, like swimming on the floor. Like I said, we were super weird. Now moving on to sophomore year, my mom forced my sister to join swimming as her punishment. Let me tell you, my sister was not having it. I would come into the locker room from practice to her sleeping on the floor. She would have all of her coats on the floor. She'd just be sleeping there because she didn't want to go to practice. Her locker was so messy that the gym teachers would put Post-it notes on it and telling her to clean it. She had really, really old salsa in her locker and it smelled really bad the entire year. Her and I fought like all the time. We had full-on fist fights and she would push my head into the lockers if I stole her chips. One of my favorite memories from swimming is we were in the LGI room before swim meet, and we decided that it would be a good idea to jump onto the roof from the window out there. There was a ladder out there, so my sister said, okay, I'll jump down, and then I'll go get the ladder and come back. Well, whenever she jumped down, it was raining, and Mrs. Saris was in the room where the ladder was near, so she started freaking out. We had to get her back up somehow, and we didn't know how to get her back up, so we was looking through like the cupboards and everything, and we found this big long curtain. I don't even know, it was purple. We hung it out the window. It was like an 8-foot drop, and she started climbing the wall, and it was raining. It was really slippery, and me and Corey Berger were trying to pull her up, and I was not strong, and I was laughing so hard. And when she got to the top, she's like, Lauren, I can't do this. We have to go back down. She's like, please, please. She looked at me dead in the face with dead fear. She's like, don't drop me. And I died, and I started laughing really hard. I was like, somebody take this. I'm going to drop my sister 8 feet down if someone doesn't take this. I can't pull her in. So Erin Ferrari pulled her in, and that was one of my favorite memories. One of my other favorite memories was me and Brandy and my sister decided to skip swim practice and go try to climb up on the catwalks. We went into the auditorium, which was unlocked for some reason. They probably locked it now because we went up on the catwalks and they almost caught us. So we walked in there. It was pitch black. We had the flashlights on. My sister didn't believe that there was a ladder that we could climb up there. And I was like, no, there is. I remember from 5th grade, there was a ladder back here somewhere. So we climbed up the ladder, and it was pitch black. We're walking around. It was really cool up there. And then we see these lights turn on. And this lady, I don't know who she was. She was a teacher or something. She starts looking around, looking up. We have all these flashlights on, so she's looking at us, trying to get us to come down. She climbs up to the catwalk. We're in the very back, in the ceiling, all the way in the back. And she's walking down this way, so we're creeping our way back up. She's screaming hey, get down. We don't she never saw us. She never caught us. So we get down, we run off the stage, we go and we tell all of our friends. They thought it was really funny. So Jake Fowler and Jake Reese and Chris Collins, we all decided to go back up there, even though she was, I don't even know where she went after that. But we just decided to go back up there and skip practice that day. And we just sat up there, we had a good time, we got some food from the gas station, came back up, just sat in the catwalks, like it was a good time. Oh yeah, and then I'm just going through all my memories that I had. Another memory, we would put our workout mats across the water so that we could like run across them, and whoever made it across didn't have to do the set or something. So I would always go first because it was the driest, so it would be the easiest to like run across. But everyone would always fall in. If like the heavier you are, the harder it is to run across. Let's see. We would put the canoes in the water. I would always be in the losing canoe. Like we would have races, and I would always be in the losing one that tipped over for some reason. I don't know. We had a practice that was we had like this overnight practice for our Christmas training. It's called like Hell Week or something. We slept in the LGI room, and we had to do like this thing called 100 100s. It was terrible, Justin, you know, because you're in swimming. It's like 4 laps equals 1 100. 4 laps equals 1 100. So we had to do 4 laps 100 times basically, and they would like get faster as you go, and it was very tiring. Your muscles would be tired, but then after that, we would eat, we would go back into swimming. It was just this whole day event, and my coach decided it was a good idea to sleep over in the LGI room. Well, all the power just shut off while all of us were in there, and it was like nobody slept that day because we slept on the ground. It was really, the floor was really hard. The power was out. We were telling really funny stories, but our coach Kim was like, "You all need to shut up because I need to go to sleep." And she was the only one that had the air mattress. We would like climb through the tables. My sister decided to jump from one of the LGI tables to the other one, but fell and started tumbling down the stairs. And yeah, and my last memory for this is whip-yoles. I made whip-yoles with for a relay with me, Jordan Badasco, Kaylee Barney, Emma Schomburg, Sophie Altavilla, Liv Altavilla. Like we all just made it to whip-yoles, and it was a great time. We decided during swim whip-yole practice, we would try to take this like heavy 10-pound block and hide it from the guys, or the guys would hide it from the girls. And yeah, that was just our whip-yole whatever experience. We would try to sneak chocolate chip muffins, even though we're supposed to be dieting, and my coach would always find them and throw them away. We never really ate any chocolatey stuff because he always found them and threw them away. But yes, this concludes my presentation. That was my story.